It has started out as just one of those days. Can anybody else relate? I hate and I despise the phrase, it's a case of the Mondays. But you know what? Sometimes it's just a real challenge. Whenever I woke up the first thing this morning, all I can think about were, man, that was a terrible night's sleep last night. Man, this is going to be a real challenge day. This is going to be tough. And you know what? Because last night, I'm sure everybody can relate to this. Woke up at midnight for some reason, couldn't get back to sleep. Once I finally did, my son came in the room and said something was beeping in his room at night, and it was driving him crazy. So we had to go find through his room in the dark and figure out what the heck was beeping at night. Got back to sleep. A couple minutes later, felt like a couple minutes later, it came back in the room. Hey, Dad, we're having a tough time sleeping. I'm having some bad dreams, bad thoughts. And so crawling to bed, okay. Another couple minutes later, it felt like dog bark downstairs. Need to go outside and go potty. It's one of those mornings when you wake up and it's just like, man, did I even close my eyes last night? Is it going to be like that all day? So ultimately, when I first started thinking about it, it was a bad day. Man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge. But then I remembered the power of positive affirmation. I remembered the fact that how I set my attitude first thing in the morning is going to direct my altitude for the rest of the day. And if I come at it negative, I'm only going to see negative things. So instead of, man, I didn't get any sleep, it was, hey, I'm glad my dog didn't pee in the house. Or, hey, I'm glad my son feels comfortable enough to come into our room and have a conversation with us and let him know he is uncomfortable. These are positive affirmation thoughts. And then whenever I start loading up in the car and I'm putting my coffee in the cup holder and I spill the damn thing, I'm not thinking about, man, this is just going to be like that. Or I get behind that slow person driving that's going like 20 mile an hour in a 40 mile an hour zone. You can't get past them. I'm not thinking about those things anymore. Of course, they are on my mind just because it is tough. And I'm not a machine. I'm not a robot, just like nobody else is. We're all challenged by these things. But I am not going to let that inject itself into the rest of my day. And that's going to be the trajectory for my whole week. Monday is the day where you start off just rocking and rolling. That just sets you up for the rest of the week. Now, I struggle with this just like everybody else does. I've struggled with positive affirmation, but I realize the importance of it. So I am training and I'm challenging myself, and I challenge everybody else to do the same thing. Think about all the wonderful, glorious things God has given you in life. Think about all the goodness that's happening. So that way we're not focusing our attention on the negative. Again, negative things happen every single day. But when you're looking for negative things, you focus on them. You focus on that coffee spill, and you focus on the dog barking in the middle of the night. You focus on the kids coming in the room in the middle of the night. You focus on only the bad things because that's where your mindset is. If you can change that trajectory and think about all the wonderful things and all the glorious things that are happening around you, you really will set yourself up for success. You'll set yourself up to where your family can look at you and realize that you're a beacon of strength. You are going to help with them, with their trajectory of their day. Your team is going to look at you and say, hey, man, if he can make it through something like that, I know I can make it through these things because we're all struggling through these challenges. So think about what all the great, glorious things that you have in your life. Bring out the positive vibes. Think about the glorious things that are happening and not focus on the negative. It will better serve you, and it will put you in a better attitude and altitude for the rest of the week, for the rest of the day, and hopefully for the rest of your challenges and career. I hope you all have a good day. Good luck. Let's go win the day.